See 2024 question paper. Yes. All right. Numerical answer type questions. First question: what is the maximum number of complete circles that will be seen if the strips given below are rearranged without rotating?
Right. So, I mean, question is pretty obvious what it's supposed to do. Nothing really to explain in that. But
Yes.
for these type of questions, whether like these multiple different objects and you're supposed to arrange them in a particular order, you'll see a lot of questions like these. So what I used to do was I used to number them on the side. Like I know there are six, right? So I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is like on the sheet of paper. So this is like a reference. The first is this, second is this, third is the third one, fourth is the fourth one, and so on. Right? And then below it, I'd rewrite the same numbers in the sequence that I believe is the correct sequence. Okay. So for
Hmm.
this question, it's pretty obvious that this particular sheet or strip is the first strip in the order because there's nothing on the left side. So that means this
Yeah.
this would be on the leftmost side of the paper, right? So that means second. So just for a
Right.
visual cue in the video, I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here too. So this the second one is the first sheet. Now to continue this, we'll just need to see which strip completes one of these circles, and it's pretty obvious like the other circle will be automatically completed, right? So I mean, yeah,
Yep.
the sixth one, if you see, like again, if you have a pen, you can just draw, like you can just place your pen here and just see like these are matching. If it's not obvious for you, that just means okay, so after two it would be six. So right now we're not counting how many circles there are, okay? We're just making the strips. We're just ordering the strips. We can count it afterwards. Then after the sixth one, you can see the fourth one. This completes this circle. Again, you can just
Yeah.
draw a line like this. Use your pen. Okay, your
Yeah.
pen is a best friend. So use your pen. Place it on your screen. See these are matching. The small one is also matching. So after two, six, it's four. Then after four, this one matches with the first one, right? Same trick as before. And then it's number five, and then the last one is three. Now to cross check if 3 is right, you can see there are no more incomplete circles in 3. These ones are completed by 5, so that means you're correct. Now we go one by one in this order and see kitne kitne circles ho gaye. And to do that, I used to use tally marks. So
Hmm.
there are no circles completed. Then you place 6 on top of it, and you see this circle is completed.
Right.
That's 1. Then after 6, there's 4, and in 4 you're completing 2 circles. This one
Right.
with this particular part and this big one with this part. So
Yeah.
there are two more notches. After 4, you add 1, and again you are not adding any, you are not finishing any new circles. So after 1, it's 5, and in 5 you're finishing this particular circle and this particular circle because this was entirely in 5. So again that's 2. Then in the final one, which is 3, you are again finishing 2 circles.
Hmm.
So your final answer is 7.
7. Correct. Second question: what is the total number of triangles in the figure given below?
Yeah, no trick for this. This one, like most people got wrong because of one particular triangle. You'll see once I solve this. So, for figure counting, what you generally supposed to do is start with the smallest, like basic unit of triangles. So, what I mean by basic unit
Right.
is a single triangle. Just count triangles that have three sides and like do not have any extra sides in between them.
Huh.
Okay, essay triangles we count first. So that's one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Right.
Yeah.
So that is just single units. I have not counted any triangles that have like that are made up of more than one shape.
Right.
Yeah. And this is where most people mark their answers 23. But you see that did you dirty? There's this one triangle in the image, this one, right?
Yeah.
So that's what makes it 24. This one's made of two.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to, like, I marked it right now, right? If you cannot mark this, which you probably won't be able to. So how I did it was, you imagine this to be like your border. And so now you know, like, this line roughly divides this square into two triangles, like half over.
Right.
So now you don't need to focus on as much of an area as before.
Yeah.
Then I can divide this left side part into two more parts using this particular side. Like, these are very straight lines, like almost straight lines. So this was easy for me to visualize it this way without needing to draw anything, you know. And then I would write the number of triangles in each of these parts separately, in each three of these parts,
Hmm.
and then count them. And that's how I got the answer 24.
Question number 3. Given below are 10 pieces of a puzzle. When arranged correctly, they form a 4-digit number. What is the number formed after the correct arrangement?
All right, so same thing as before. I use the same trick. So again, these are 10 pieces. So I would write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is like, again, in the same order. So there are 5
Right.
on the first row and 5 in the bottom row. So I tried it in the same way, like that. Now I just randomly start taking pieces. So this is a very discernible piece, right? So this is probably 6. It's pretty obvious this is 6, right?
Hmm.
And this would be in the top row because this is the
Right.
top part of 6. So
Of
I
course.
can very, like, anywhere on the sheet of paper, I'll just write 7. And mental note, this is the top row.
Hmm.
Then it's pretty obvious from every other piece that this is the only piece that satisfies this part. So
Yeah.
you need this curve of 6. That's only there in this part. I don't see it
Yeah.
anywhere else. So that means the ninth piece is going to be just before 7 on the top.
Hmm.
The bottom part of 6 is very similar to the bottom part of 5 and 8. So I am not gonna finish the bottom part just yet. But the top part of 5, that's very discernible. And we know this
Right.
is definitely 5, right? That's pretty obvious, it's 5.
Yeah.
And this part is the only one that can come here. So this would be the fifth one. So 5 would be here.
Yeah.
And to finish this part, now that's definitely 8, right? And the left part of 8 is only here. So 10. So I'll just write this again. 10 would be somewhere, 10 would be on the left side of 5. So it would be 10,
Yeah.
5, 9, and 7. That
Right.
is our top row. And oh, right, there's one more piece in top row. So
There's one more.
after,
Yeah.
so this is definitely 3,
3. Yeah.
right? This piece,
Yeah.
right? And just to make sure again, so there are no left pieces in the first piece of a puzzle. There are no numbers on the right side in the last piece,
Yeah.
right? Now you don't need to finish this question because it's pretty obvious what the numbers are from just this, right? So
Hmm.
this was 8, 5, 6, 3, right? I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. If you want to finish this, you can go ahead, finish it, but there's no need to finish the bottom row
Yeah.
because it's pretty obvious. So I'll just leave this at this.
Right. It has to be 8563.
Yeah.
Correct. Next one, a perspective view of a solid is shown below. The solid is symmetrical, and hidden surfaces such as the base are flat. What is the total number of surfaces in the solid?
So one mistake a lot of people make is when it says symmetrical, it does not
Hmm.
mean it's symmetrical from all four sides. It
Yeah.
means it's symmetrical in one plane.
Hmm.
People generally assume that all four sides have the same number of faces, and that is wrong because this is the plane of symmetry in this village.
Hmm.
Right. So to count this, that means this particular area, right? This particular area
Hmm.
and this particular area is being repeated twice.
Yeah.
Right. So how to go about this systematically? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count faces that are not common to both these parts. So, like, this part can be counted in this part as well as this part. So in the first go around, I am just gonna ignore this face and this face and the two faces on that side. Okay, you can count them
Right.
on later. So in this particular subsection, there's one, two, three. There's this four and five, right?
Right.
These two faces in the corner. Five. This is six, seven on this side, eight on the other side.
Right.
Then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 this part,
Mm-hmm.
14 and 15
Mm-hmm.
because this is an extruded face, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20.
Right.
So that's 20 faces and I have not counted the base yet. Remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not counted the base yet. This is 20 in just this top part. And you know the same number of faces will be on the other side. So this is 20 times 2.
Yeah.
Right. So now we have counted 40 faces till now. Next, we'll count this particular subsection. Okay.
Right.
So for that, 1, 2, the hidden face, 3,
Yeah.
4, this is 5,
Yeah.
6, I'm not counting this right now,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, then this is 10, this
Yeah.
is 11, this is 12, and this is 13.
Yeah.
So 13 times 2
Yeah.
is equal to 26. Now, the faces I have not counted yet. First of all, these 4 faces,
Yeah.
so that would give you 4 more. Then this top face, this
Yeah.
one, that's 1. And there's one on the bottom, the flat bottom. This one.
Yeah.
So that gives you a total of 72 faces.
72. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the answer. Only thing, just approach it systematically, right? Don't get confused by symmetrical. Approach it systematically. Count particular subsections separately. That's what I generally do. I break down every question into smaller parts, right? So that's how we did this question. We didn't
Hmm.
count 72 faces at the same time. We added them up.
Question number 5. A perspective view of a solid object is shown on the left. The object is cut simultaneously along three perpendicular planes as shown on the right. How many surfaces will the resulting pieces have in total? That is sum of all surfaces of all pieces.
Right. People generally struggle to visualize this question. So what it's
Hmm.
saying is, so let's assume you have a knife, okay,
Yeah.
and you're basically cutting this. So this is like a perfectly solid piece. It's not hollow. It's perfectly solid,
Yeah.
and you're cutting it in half. So this is the top view. You're cutting it in 1/4 pieces, right?
Hmm.
And then once you've cut them in 1/4 pieces, you're also slicing it from the side. Like
Yeah.
you're also slicing it like this
Yes.
on the circle. Okay. I mean, if you can't visualize how the shapes would come out, I'll try to draw them. Okay. If I
Hmm.
have time, I will share 3D model of this. Okay. If I have time to make
Oh.
them, not a lot of time. Like it won't take a lot of time, but I'll try
Hmm.
to create a 3D model of this. Okay.
Sure.
So I'll try to visualize the drawing of this particular piece. So this was the first cut, right? This was the side cut. Then you have a cut like this, and you have a cut like this, right?
Hmm.
You have so I'll try to create this side first. It's something like this. So this messed it up just a bit, but it's fine, I guess.
Just a wee bit. Yeah. That's okay.
Anyways, so there's this one big curved side, right? So the cone is curved. The top part of the cone is curved. So one
Absolutely.
fourth of that curved surface is here. This is that 1/4 curved surface. All right, and there will be two flat, completely flat and perpendicular. So this is not supposed to be a slanted line. This is supposed to be completely straight. Right? These are supposed to be 90-degree angles.
Hmm.
I just messed up in drawing this a bit. Again, I'll try to share an image of this.
Yeah.
So that's one on this side, two on this side. I'm counting surfaces. Okay, it's asking you to count the number of surfaces on all pieces. So these are two flat surfaces on the side, one big curved surface, that's 3, and then one surface on the bottom,
Yeah,
that's
4.
4. And since this figure was symmetrical, that means the two cuts, or like the 3 cuts, will create four pieces that are exactly like this.
Yeah,
4 pieces from the top will be the same.
yeah,
So that will give you 16 surfaces in the top half of the
yeah.
figure. Now I'll draw the bottom half. Again, I'm not sure if I'll be doing it justice. Right. So that would be something like this. Pardon my shaky lines.
It's okay.
So this particular face
Okay.
would be the same.
Hmm.
Why? Because this, again, as I said, this is a solid face. This is a solid figure, and the inner side. So this is the inner side of the figure, right? Where the cut was. This was the cut line. I'll change the image. Right here. This was the cut line,
Yeah.
and this was the cut line.
Yes.
Okay. These two lines. So that means the interior sides would create a single face on both the sides. Okay. So that
Huh.
will give you 1 and 2, two on the sides. Third is on the top. Fourth is this curved surface. Fifth, 6, and 7. That will give
Hmm.
you 7 times 4. Again, these will be 4 different pieces,
Yeah.
right? And if you add them all up, it gives you 44. And I think I messed that up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not count this top face, I think.
Yeah.
7, 8. Yeah, they're supposed to be 8. I'll recount these the total faces on the second figure.
Hmm.
Right. So there's one here, the side face, okay? The second
Yeah.
side face, okay?
Yes.
The big curve face 3, the top face, the flat face of the cuboid, that's 6,
Yes.
7, and 8.
Yeah.
So there are a total of 8 faces times 4 is equal to 32.
Yeah. 48.
That will give you a total of 48.
Yes.
Again, I'll definitely recreate this in Blender. That will help most people.
Hmm.
These drawings are very confusing.
Sixth, how many matching pairs of shoes, both left and right shoe, are present in the image given below?
Okay, so again, counting figures, you can do either trick. Either you can just write assign each shoe a number and then then form pairs. I think that is the most rigorous technique. So let's just do that. There's 3 on the top, 4, 5, 6. Then seventh is somewhere here, 8 somewhere here, 9 somewhere here, 10. 11th in the center, 12th here, and 13th here. Yeah, there's 13, right? So
Yeah.
that's roughly an estimate. And just for a visual cue, I'll write the same numbers on top of the shoes too. 12 and 13. So this is like a mind map sort of a thing, whatever you want to call it. Generally
Yeah.
works for me. Okay, so now how to check if there's a pair or not. So I used to go one by one. All right. How one by one? Let's say I wrote 1. Okay. I will check every other shoe that I have already written. So I have not written any. You'll understand what I mean as I go ahead. Okay.
Hmm.
1 second. Okay. So when I want to check 2, I will check if 2 is the matching pair of 1, which
Hmm.
it's not. So 2 goes in a separate pile altogether.
Right.
Then I check 3. Okay. 3 is not a matching pair of either 1 or 2. So this goes at 3. Then I check 4. Now, 4 and 3, they are not rotations of each other, right? If you rotate 4, you will not be able to create three. They are mirror images of each other,
Hmm.
which means four is a pair, right?
Yeah.
So I'll write four in front of three.
Yeah.
Then five does not match with any of the previous ones. That's five is a different file. Six, six and one.
Hmm.
Let's just count these. One second. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Then six, seven. Yeah. So there's seven strands in each. I was just counting to make sure, right? So and these are also mirror images of each other. So one goes with six.
Right.
Then seven does not match with five, right? You need to make sure these are not the matching. So these are different pairs. So seven goes in a different pile. Eight matches with two, but it is not a mirror image, which means it's
Yeah.
not it's the same side of the shoe. So that means eight goes in a different pile. Like either both are right or both are left.
Yeah.
Nine. Nine does not match with seven, does not match with five, does not match with two. So nine is a different class.
Huh.
10 does it match with 8? It does match with 8. And it also, no, it does not match with 8. This is 5, this is 6.
Matches with two, I guess.
It matches with 2.
Uh,
I was going to match it with 8. But
huh.
so 2 matches with 10.
Yeah.
Then you have 11. 11 does not match with 8, does not match with 9, does not match with 7, does not match with 5. So 11 is a different number.
Yeah.
12, does it match with 9? I think it matches with 9.
Hmm.
Yeah, it matches with 9.
Mirror
12
images.
goes here. Yeah, it is a mirror image. And 13 does not match with 11, does not match with 8, and it does not match with 7 or 5. Okay. So what
Right.
people make what mistake people make here is they count 13 as another pair, right?
Hmm.
Because 13, 12, and 9, all three are the same shoe, right? And they count them as two pairs by mistake.
Hmm.
When like it's like really one pair and then one extra shoe of the same type.
Yeah.
So that gives you a total of four pairs.
Four. Yeah. Correct. Question number 7. A typical football is made by stitching together 12 pentagons and 20 hexagons. How many vertices, junctions, are there in such a football?
Okay, so if there's any chemistry student out there, right,
Hmm.
this is pretty easy for them, right? Because there's this thing called Buckminster-Fuller in chemistry. Like big name, I know, don't be scared. Okay, but chemistry students know, and uska structure is basically a football. And you know, when a football is made, it's like it's a pentagon is your centerpiece, and then every time you want to join another pentagon to this, you have to have one hexagon in between.
Correct.
So it's like two pentagons can never be on the side. But that also means that every single hexagon matches its vertex with another pentagon. There is not a single hexagon, like there's not a single vertex of a hexagon
Hmm.
that does not match with another pentagon. This is
Correct.
on the wrong side. This pentagon would be here, and there would be another pentagon over here, right? So you see this particular hexagon, it matches its vertex, every single vertex with another pentagon,
Correct.
right? So why did I know this? Because again, chemistry mein, I don't know why 8th grade mein it was written, right? That this particular fact was written in my 8th grade chemistry textbook. No idea
Hmm.
why, but it was. That's why I remembered this. So that means the number of vertices on a pentagon, like the total number of vertices of pentagons, is the total number of vertices in the entire football.
Hmm. Correct.
So that is 12 pentagons times 5 vertex each. That gives you 60 vertices,
Yeah.
right? Because every single the hexagon does not introduce any new vertices. So
Yeah.
60 is your answer.
Question number 8. A vehicle with a wheel arrangement is shown in the figure 1. This vehicle is traveling along a circular path as shown in figure 2. The wheels do not change their orientation while moving along a circular path. Figure 3 shows the location of the centers of the wheels. The distance between the centers of wheel 3 and wheel 2 is 170 centimeters, and the distance between centers of wheel 1 and wheel 2 is 180 centimeters. The radius of circular path followed by wheel 2 is 525 centimeters. What is the radius of the path followed by wheel 1 in centimeters?
Right. So this is a really painful question, if I say so myself. Like it's like a rigorous, there's a lot of calculation in this.
Yeah.
Fortunately, UCEED gave a huge range, right? So even if you like somewhat close, you'll probably get the answer right.
Yeah.
So I'll use a calculator in this question. I am not in the mood to calculate right now. Okay, so I'll start. Vehicle with an arrangement shown in figure 1. So what it's saying is that this is the circle, right?
Ah.
So I'll draw this thoda in a more zoomed version, I guess. So distance between the center of wheel 3 and wheel 2. That means this particular distance is 170 centimeter, right? And the distance between wheel 1 and wheel 2, which is this is 180 centimeter. And the radius of the circular path by wheel 2 is 525. So let's say
Yeah.
this is the center of the circle. Okay? And then this is your wheel 2.
Yes.
This is 525 centimeters
Yeah.
as given. You go above. This is your wheel 3. This is another 170
70.
centimeters. Then in on the midpoint, okay, so that makes this 85 and 85, right? So I'll remove
Yes.
this 170 and I'll write 85 and 85.
Yeah.
And on this particular line, somewhere there's wheel 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So the distance between wheel 2 and wheel 1 and wheel 1 and wheel 4 is the same. So since I don't have space here, I'll just draw here. Okay. And this is given as 180. We need to find this distance. This huge distance, right? We need to find the radius of the path followed by wheel 1 in centimeter. That means the distance of wheel 1 from the center of the circle,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So how do you do that? So you know everyone knows Pythagoras theorem, right? This is 90 degrees,
Yeah.
and we know the distance of we know this distance, we know this distance. That means we
Right.
can find this distance.
Yes.
Do not make this mistake that let's call this M. That CM is the same as C1. Okay, a lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah.
CM is not the same as C1 because this one would follow a path like this, something like
Yes.
this. Okay, so let's find the value of M1. So how will you find the value of M1? Because M12 is a triangle, right? Of which is a right angle triangle of which we know the hypotenuse and we know one side.
Hmm.
So what's the value of this side? It's 180 square is equal to 85 square plus a square. A square is this side. I'm assuming it to be a, right? So a would be 180 square minus 85 square.
Right.
So I'll just write the values for now. That is 32400 minus 85 is 7225. Right,
Yeah.
those are the squares. This would give you 24. 1 second. 72. We'll just do this later. I don't want to do this calculation right. Yeah, I am way past all this. 1 second, let me just open my calculator. I did a lot of abacus, right? So I used to be, I can still do these in my head,
Hmm.
right? And that somehow helped me a lot in UC, right? Doing using like being able to do most of these calculations in your head help you a lot. So A
Yeah.
is equal to root 25175. We are not going to open this right now, okay? And you'll understand why. So now we need to find the value of C1.
Yeah.
And we know C1 is the hypotenuse of this triangle C1M, where we assumed a value of M1 is A, right? And we find the value of A here, right? So C1 is equal to root of A square plus cm. So cm is 525 plus 85,
Correct.
right? So that is 610 square.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
how I
Got
draw.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is 610 square. That would give you 25175. That is the value of a square. That's why we did not calculate the value of root a,
Yeah.
because we need the value of a square, plus 610 square, which gives you 372.
372, 100.
Yes, 372,100,
Yes.
right? Which is equal to 397,275's whole root, right? So that means
275. Yeah.
397,275. That gives you 630, around 630. Right. So this was the rigorous technique, right? If you like actually wanted a solution of this question, if you
Hmm.
can like give it a guesstimate, the range is huge. The range is 615 to 645, right? So
Yeah.
you know it's going to be greater than 610, and it's going to be less than 610 plus 170, right? Which is 780.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be somewhere in between. Like if you don't have enough time, you can probably like look this question. तुक्का मार सकते हो इसमें easily.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll
Hmm.
probably get it right anyways. So the answer is 630.
Then we have question number 9. Shown below is an image of a circle and six equilateral triangles. The circumference of the circle is 18.85 centimeters. What is the area of one equilateral triangle in centimeters square? Assume root 3 is equal to 1.732 and pi is 3.14.
Okay, one mistake people do on this question. It's written one. Okay, people see six dark triangles. They write the answer of six triangles. Okay,
Hmm.
you need to read the question along with the figure. Okay, so this figure can be misleading to people. I have seen my friends make this mistake.
Correct.
Okay, so now let's solve the question. So this is the center of the circle, and I am going to draw this line, these two lines. Now, I hope I don't need to prove this, but I'll still prove it, right? But this triangle and this triangle are the exact same.
Yeah.
Okay, they have the exact same area. Why? Because you know that these like this side is common, right? And you know this is an equilateral triangle because it says in the question. This is an equilateral triangle.
Ah.
That means this angle is 60 degrees, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious these are the same triangles.
Ah.
I just can't seem to be. Uh, so you know this these two sides are the same, right? That means these two angles are going to be the same. And you know this angle is 60 degrees. That means this is an equilateral triangle,
Hmm.
right? I am so sorry. That
It
mistake.
also goes into I mean, yeah, if you want to solve it through origami, also it works.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
works. Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know if how many people would know about origami, how it works,
Hmm.
but even in that,
Yeah.
even in packaging questions, even in paper
Hmm.
folding, unfolding
Yeah.
questions, it's the kind
No,
of
I generally like to give like mathematical solutions because like I don't know, but I think those are more convincing than just saying it looks the same,
huh.
right? So that's why like I was trying to give a mathematical solution. So
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
like these two sides are going to be the same, right? Because it's like a regular hexagon,
yeah.
and this angle is going to be 60 degrees because the circle is divided into six equal parts.
Hmm.
So that means this is an equilateral triangle that shares its side with another equilateral triangle. That means both the equilateral triangle are the same side. So let's assume the radius of the circle to be r.
Yeah.
Right, this is the radius of the circle, this particular line, you know. And
Hmm.
let's assume the side of the triangle to be a.
Okay.
So if this is a, then this particular side would be a by 2, right? Because this is an altitude, and altitude divides an equilateral triangle in two equal parts.
Yeah.
So this is a by 2, and this is a, and this is a right angle triangle. This small triangle is a right angle triangle.
Correct.
So again, we use our age-old theorem, the Pythagoras theorem. So r square plus a by 2 square, so that's a square by 4, right? Will give you a square. I applied this on this particular triangle.
Yes.
This means r square is equal to 4a square by 4 minus a square by 4, which gives you r equals to root of 3a square by 4, which is a root 3 by 2. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I have not placed a single value till now. Why did I do that? It makes the calculation way easier. That's why I never put values till the very end of the question. So now we use the value given in the question. So circumference of the circle. Circumference is 2 pi r. 2 pi r is equal to 18.85. That means r is equal to 18.85 divided by 2 pi.
Yeah.
Right? We need to find the value of area of one equilateral triangle, right? So area of one equilateral triangle. If you don't know, this is a formula you should remember. It's very useful. Area is equal to root 3 by 4 a square.
Yeah.
Right? You can derive this using the same Pythagoras theorem. It's very easy. This is the area of a triangle. So from this equation, we can write a is equal to 2r by root 3. And I want to substitute this over here.
Yeah.
This will give you root 3 by 4 into 2r by root 3's whole square. This will give you root 3 r square divided by 3, right? Because this will get cut with 4
Yeah.
root 3 by 3. Right? So this will give you root 3, sorry, r square is 18.85 into 18.85 divided by 2 pi into 2 pi into root 3, because this will go like this,
Yeah.
right? And pi is equal to 3.14,
Yes.
which if you calculate 18.85 divided by 3.14 is basically 6. It's 6.01 something, right? So it's basically 6. You can
Hmm.
assume that much in UCEED, okay? So that means you can cut both pi with the top part. So this will give you 6 and 6, and this will give you 3 and 3, which is, this will give you 9 divided by root 3, which is 3 root 3, which is 3 times 1.732, 5.19. And
Hmm.
I think that is the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
certain.
answer is 5 to 5.35.
Yeah.
And as you can see, this is basically in the middle of it, which means this is this is like, so that's what UCID always does. So it takes the actual answer, right, and it will give equal amount of range on both sides, like roughly the equal amount of range on both sides.
Huh.
So the answer is 5.19.
Right. Question number 10. A wooden block of dimensions 10 by 20 by 30 centimeter is cut into equal size planks. The cut planks are stacked one above the other to achieve a total height of 100 centimeters exactly. If the minimum number of planks are cut to achieve this height, then what is the volume of each plank in centimeter cube?
So you know that every single plank is of the same volume, right? Because it's equal size plank. That means that every dimension also has to be the same.
Hmm.
You know. Now, how do you make 100 centimeters from the sum of these three numbers. Right? Why do I say from the sum of these numbers? To create the minimum number of planks, that means ki you are trying to put as many blocks at the biggest length, like as long as possible, like as long as you can, side by side. So since 30 is the longest side, right? That means if I put 30, then another 30, another 30, and then 10. So this is the only way to create 100 centimeter in just
Single
four
street.
in just three cuts, right? So
Yeah.
in four planks. Why? Because I'm trying to maximize the length.
Yeah.
So 30 centimeters is the maximum length you can afford with each block. So you never want to reduce the length of length less than 30 centimeter, right? But since we also have 110 centimeter, since exact 100 centimeter chahiye, right?
Hmm.
Since we want exact 10 centimeter, that means we cannot cut the 10 centimeter side either. What
Correct.
I'm trying to say is if 30, 20, 10, this is a cuboid, this is 30, this is 10, no, this is 10, and this is 20.
Yeah.
So if we want to use this side, that means we cannot make any cuts in this direction. Yeah, we cannot make any cuts in this direction. If we want to use this the 10 side, that means we cannot make any cuts in this direction because that will reduce the length of the 10 centimeter length. So then we won't be able to place a block on this part to create 100 centimeters,
Yeah.
which means that every single cut we make would be on this axis like this, right? So we
Yeah.
will be cutting the 20 centimeter side into four different parts. That means every new plank would be 30 times 10 times 20 divided by 4. Why? Because we are cutting the 20 side into four parts. We have three different cuts on this part. So that will give you four different planks.
Hmm.
That means every plank is 30 times 10 times 5, which is 1500. And I think that is the answer. Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
answer.
That's the answer. Question 11. Shown below are two stacked paper cups and a box with their dimensions. If stacking is allowed, then what is the maximum number of cups that can be stored in the box without deforming the cups?
Right. So this paper is quite a step up from 2025, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm. So what is the maximum number of cups that can be stored in the box without deforming the cups? So it says maximum number of cups. That means you want to maximize the lengths of every single side. You do not want to let any number of any centimeter go to waste. The most efficient way to pack like these things is key, like to solve this question is key you try to place every single like cups in different directions, right? So first you try to place cups straight on like this,
Yeah.
okay, and try to fill as many cups as you can. Then you try to place cups like this, right? And then
Yeah.
finally you also try to place cups like this, something like this, right? Like in
Right.
all three directions, and you see which direction gives you the most number of cups, and that's how you'll get the answer. So we'll go one by one. So when you take the first direction, which is straight on like this, so every single cup is going to take 4 centimeter of diameter, right? So that means there's going to be four columns of cups in this direction, right? One, two, three, four. Because it's 16 centimeters, 16 divided by 4 is 4. And
Yeah.
this is 12 centimeters. So that means there's going to be three rows of cups like this.
Yeah.
That means there's going to be a total of 12 rows, 12 total columns of cups. Now, how many cups would there be in every single column? So you know that the first cup would take 4 centimeters, right?
Yeah.
But every single subsequent cup, as you can see here, only takes up half a centimeter because they stack.
Yeah.
They go one in the other. So every subsequent cup, that means the rest of the 2 centimeter would be 2 divided by 0.5 is 4. That means you can stack 4 cups on top of the cup that is already there.
Yeah.
That means each column has 5 cups in it. So that gives you 60 cups in the first case.
Yeah.
Now let's take the second case. Right, when we are stacking the cup in this direction. So that means there's only going to be one row of cup, like it would be like एक ही layer होगा. There won't be 2 layers of cup, one on top of each other,
Hmm.
because you can't fit 2 cups like this. Because you need 8 centimeters of waste.
Yeah.
That means there's going to be only be one on this in this direction, and there's going to be again 4 cups in this direction. So
Correct.
that means there's going to be a total of 4 columns. Now, how many cups are you going to be storing in each column? That will you will calculate using 12. So out of 12, 4 centimeter would be gone to the first cup. From the 8 centimeter, every cup will be using 0.5. That gives you 16 cups. So that means that's a total of 17 cups,
Hmm.
right? 4 times 17, that is 68. So this is progress. You're able to show more cups than before, right? That means 60 was wrong. Most people just write 60 and then be done with it. Okay, they don't calculate the rest. That's why you get it wrong. And then the final one, when we show it in this direction. So again, like this, there's only going to be you only going to be able to store 1 cup.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in this direction you'll be able to store 4, right? No, 3. Sorry, 3.
Three.
12
Yeah.
divided by 4. That will give you 3. So there will be 3 columns of cup like this. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Three rows of cup, and then in each row there would be, to calculate the number of cups, use 16. So 4 centimeter is taken by 1 cup. In the 12 centimeter left, you divide by 0.5 for the remaining cups. That is 24 cups. That
Yeah.
means a total of 25 cups in one row. That
70.
gives you a total of 75 cups. Again, more progress. And is that the answer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that is the
answer.
answer.
Should be the answer. That is the answer. Yes.
75.
Okay, shown below is a configuration of four solid spheres, each of radius 40 centimeters, that are placed on four corners of a regular tetrahedron with side 120 centimeters. The centers of the sphere coincide with the corners of the tetrahedron. What is the radius in centimeters of the largest sphere that can be accommodated within the tetrahedron?
Right. So you want to skip this question in the exam. Yeah. To this
Calculations.
day, I do not like this question at all. Right?
Ah,
It's like a two-page long solution. They should not have given this question unless you know the direct formula to this answer. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to solve it right now, but let's try.
okay.
Tetrahedron. So, in case if anyone does not know, a tetrahedron is basically a shape which is basically like every single corner is the same direction from its center, is the same distance from its center.
Yeah,
That's how you form a tetrahedron.
correct.
Right? If you take 4 points, like if you take a single point and then you draw, you want four points that are equally spaced apart from each other, as well as the same distance from that point. That's when you get a tetrahedron.
Correct.
So let's assume this is the center of the tetrahedron, right? So, and this is the this is like the center of the sphere, right? And you know that the side of the tetrahedron is 120 degrees.
Hmm.
Sorry, not degrees, 120 centimeters.
Hmm.
And this is D, give or take. So the angle that this makes is 119 degrees and 28 minutes. So as you know, that is like not a good angle. You can't
Yeah.
really do anything with that angle. So just
Yeah.
let's assume it to be 120 degrees. Okay.
Hmm.
It's not exactly 120 degrees. It's supposed to be 190 degrees and 28 minutes. Now, I do not know any other way except sine law. So this is only like if you done maths, this is only when you will be able to do this. It's probably an easier way. I do not know of one. So if this is 120 degrees, you know this is going to be 30 degrees because this is a triangle, right?
Right.
And these are the same. This is an isosceles triangle. So if, this is 120 degree and this will be 30. This will also be 30. So I'm going to use sine law. What does the sine law say? Is that in any triangle, if it's A, B, C, and then you have angles A, B, and C. So it says A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to use this. How this is derived, I am not going in that. Okay, this is just like a very important result in mathematics, and it's good if you remember this. So I'm going to apply this in this triangle. So 120 upon sine 120 should be equal to d divided by sine 30. So sine 120 is equal to cos 30, which will give you cos 30 is 1 by 2, and sine 30 is also 1 by 2. No, cos 30 is root 3 by 2. My bad.
Yeah.
Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Then you just use this. So d would be 120 divided by root 3, which is 120 divided by 1.73, 69.36. Right. So that is the value of d. And does
Right.
this give us the right answer? It gives us close to the right answer, but it's not the right answer. Anyways, so this is 69.36, and then you subtract this. You're supposed to subtract the radius of the sphere from it, and that would give you this particular. That this is what you want because the largest possible sphere that can be accommodated would touch every other sphere,
Yeah. Correct.
right? 69.36 minus 40 would give you 29.36, but which is not the correct answer because the range is 32.5 to 34.5.
34.5. Yeah.
Right. This is wrong because we use the wrong value of sine.
Yeah.
So either there's like a geometrical proof that I do not remember, right? And I do not remember studying it anywhere,
Okay.
right? Or I'm just doing something wrong in this question. I have no idea. But this
Okay.
answer is wrong because we use the wrong value of sine.
Hmm.
Okay. But it gives you the close answer. Like it gives you 30, right? And answer 32.5 to 34.5. It should have given a bigger range for this question. Yeah. उस question के लिए इतनी छोटी इतनी बड़ी range दी. इसके लिए बड़ी दी.
Uh, there's no
So
mercy
this
here.
you were supposed to skip this question. It's pretty
Yeah.
obvious you were supposed to skip this question.
Yeah. Question number 13. Okay. Section P shows three views of a regular dice. 10 of such regular dice are stacked on an opaque table as shown in section Q. Top views of the same arrangement. What is the maximum sum that can be achieved adding the numbers on the visible surfaces from all angles?
Hmm. Right. So a lot of people got this question wrong.
Hmm.
This was a tricky question. So how I meant by it was one cube at a time. Okay.
Hmm.
So it's a dice. You can orient it in any way you want. So let's start with this dice. You want the maximum sum, right? This is maximum, no? So it says maximum
Yeah,
sum.
maximum
That
sum.
means six and this is a two-face side, right? You can only see two faces of this particular dice.
Correct.
So that means it's going to be 6 and 5. It's pretty obvious,
Hmm.
right? That gives you 11 in this on this one. Same goes for this dice, right? 6 and 5 again for
Yeah.
the stop dice. Now, if you know, opposite sides of a dice always give you 7, right? 4 is opposite to 3, 6 is opposite to 1, 5 is opposite to 2. And
Yeah.
this is the normal dice, by the way. Okay, this is not like a biased die or anything. It's a fair die. So that means whatever number you keep here, there's going to be the polar opposite on the other side, and it will give you a sum of 7.
Correct.
That means opposite sides. There are two opposite sides on in the top cube now. So that means those two opposite sides will give you 14, no matter what.
Hmm.
That means if you put the top is a 6,
Hmm.
That
Giving
will
it
give you the
max.
maximum sum
Yeah.
for this die, right? So 20 for this die. Now we're done with it with this first column. Let's
Hmm.
go ahead with this column. So for this die, there is one opposite face, right? Here, this one and
Right.
is this face and this face. So this will give you a sum of 7, no matter what number you put.
Yeah.
And then you have two sides that are not opposites. That means these will be 6 and 5.
6 and 5. Yes.
That will give you 18.
Yeah.
Then the face below, the dice below, that only shows one face because the other face is covered by this die.
Yeah.
That gives you only 6,
Yeah.
right? Then this particular die, it shows you is the same case as this die,
Yeah.
same case as this one. That's 18 again, right? And these three dies are repeated on the other side as well.
Absolutely.
So you can just repeat those numbers again. 18, 6, and 18. Now the only die that's left is the center one.
Hmm.
And you see those these are three faces that are not opposite to each other. That means 6, 5, and 4 will give you the maximum sum.
Yeah.
That's 15.
15.
Sum this up. That will give you 141.
Yeah.
And I think that is the answer. That is the answer.
Yeah. That's the answer.
Yeah. So what people forget is that कि इसमें दे 6, 5, 4, 3 ऐसे यूज कर लेंगे
Yeah.
or something like that. Like it might give you correct. It might give you the correct answer. Like sometimes I think it does give you the correct answer, but it is the wrong way of thinking about it.
On to multiple select. Which options contain stars that are not found in the image below?
Okay, so pretty easy question. Just see if this star is not there or not. Right.
Hmm.
So in the first option, I don't think this star is there in the image.
It is there.
Yes. Oh wait,
It
it's
is
there.
there. It is
Right,
there.
right. It's there. It's there.
Yeah.
This one's here. This one is
I think the one with the
here.
wider petals, the darker one,
Which one?
the one in the center.
This one.
That might not be there.
Is it not the same as this one?
Is
Oh wait,
it?
no, that's not.
No, I don't think so because the
No,
center
that's
is.
not. That's not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is like a pentagonal shape,
Yeah.
while this is a circular shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that means this particular flower is not there
It's
in the
not there.
image.
Yeah.
That means A is an answer.
Yeah. Not found. Nah. Huh.
Yeah.
Correct.
So this
Um,
flower is over here. This
yes.
one's over here.
Yes.
This one is
It's there.
it's yeah, yeah, yeah. This one's here. This one's here, and this one is also here. Right. So B has every single flower in the image. So
Yeah.
B is not the answer.
Yeah.
Then C. This one's here. Then do we have this one?
No, I don't think so.
No, this one's here. ये वाला तो है.
Oh yeah, yeah. हाँ हाँ ठीक है ठीक है.
ये वाला भी है. ये भी है. ये भी है.
Do we have the second one that we saw? Yeah, that one.
Is this? Yeah, this is a different one than this one,
It's
na?
the
This is definitely
simplified one,
different. Yeah, yeah,
no?
yeah. Yeah, this is definitely different than this one.
Yeah.
So C does not have the second flower in it.
Right.
C is also an answer. D, this. अच्छा it's here, it's here, it's here. ठीक है. ये वाला यहाँ पे है.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. है ऊपर.
This one's
I think rest all of them. Yeah, rest all of them are there.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That one is in the.
ये तो ये रहा. ये वाला यहाँ पे है. This one's over
One.
here. This one's over here.
Yeah.
है. ये वाला कहाँ है? ये वाला.
This is no
No, this is
bigger
not
size.
this one. हाँ, ठीक है. So the answer is AC.
A and C. Wait. Yeah, A and C. Correct. Okay, 16. Alphabets A to Z are arranged starting at 6 o'clock, and three alphabets with their respective positions are shown in the image given below. Which of the following combinations are correct?
Right. So don't overthink this question. Just make a clock on your sheet and write every single letter on it. It's fine. No one's judging you for like cheesing your way out,
Mhm.
right? So people like get egoistic. You know, I can do this without needing to write anything down. There's no need. GHIJKLMNOPQR U V W X Y Z. Right now, Goa. So to just check this, but like quickly, just check the option. So Goa G 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock has G. O 3 o'clock is O, and A 6 o'clock is A. So that means Goa is correct,
Yeah,
right? Because every single letter is there in the same number.
yeah.
Sky 9 o'clock has S. 9 o'clock has K. 6 o'clock does not have C. D is wrong. Fly 3 o'clock does not have F. Nine
6
o'clock
o'clock does have Y, no?
ओ वेट अच्छा हाँ मैंने गलत देख लिया
Sky में
मैंने
हाँ.
उसे एक्स पढ़ लिया मैंने एक्स पढ़ लिया आई एम सो सॉरी
हाँ, okay. हाँ.
राइट ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है
Yeah,
so 9 has SK and then 6 o'clock has Y. By 9 o'clock does not have Y. So does not have B. So
correct.
the answer is going to be A and B.
A and B, is it?
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the
A
answer.
and B. Correct, yeah. Okay, options contain the exact fragments in the image shown on the left.
Yeah, they really wanted you to squint your eyes in this exam. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna zoom it in. You were not allowed to zoom it in the exam somehow. They should allow you to zoom it in.
yeah, I know, right?
Anyways, so 17, if you see what are you supposed to find? Exact fragments. You're supposed to find the exact fragments that are there. So this part is correct, I think. Yeah, that is the same shape. What I'm doubtful of is this particular angle. Like if you extend this line, this goes somewhere around here.
Yeah, but it has to go to the.
Yeah, it has to go to the corner. That
Yeah.
means A is wrong. Then in B, this is fine, right? This matches up. Also
Mm,
matches with the corner. This matches up fine. So I generally check these distances, right, from the corner. This distance and this distance is matching up,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that is fine, and this is the same. This is the same. So B seems fine to me.
Mm,
Right? I don't see anything wrong in it. Then for 17, this is I think this makes it obvious. Yeah, I think this part is
yeah.
way way too down. I think.
Yeah. It's too long.
Yeah, this part is too long. This
Yeah.
particular length is too long.
Yeah.
So C is also not wrong, not right. And then in D is fine. Yeah, D is perfectly fine.
Correct. So B and D.
Just general observation.
18 is also pretty straightforward, is what I feel.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Thank you.
Shown below are vertical cross sections of hand. Which of the following questions depicts the correct working principle?
So, like for the city folk like me, right? How I prepared for questions like this was, so just think of any like simple mechanical objects in your vicinity, right? Like hand pumps, nail cutter, jack in the box, right? Like simple things. And then search on YouTube internal mechanism of whatever object. And there are like for most objects there are like very good 3D simulations explaining how like the interior gears work and how things move, and like that gives you an intuitive sense of just machinery itself, and that helps you in UCEED a lot,
Right.
right? So shown below vertical cross section of the platform. So can't really explain much in it. So this is like you're completely down. So that means water should flow out, right? And
Hmm.
that can only happen when the top valve is closed and the bottom valve is open,
Correct.
because you cannot have any air in between. When you're pushing down, you cannot have any air. Yeah, okay. That
Yeah.
means this valve has to open up so that more water can come up as your pulley goes up. So A is correct. Then in B, this is when you're bringing your hand up. That means you're filling in more water. So to fill in more water, you need water to go above the pulley so that it can push it back up, right? That
Yeah.
means the lower valve has to be closed and the upper valve has to be open. So B is correct. C, both of the valves are open. That just can never happen, right? That just means water will not move at all in any direction. And in the D, there is just no water above the pulley. So what's
Yeah.
it gonna bring up? What is it gonna bring up?
True.
So answer A.
A and B. Correct.
Yeah.
Which of the options will collapse completely?
Yeah. Another tough one. Okay, so to make this obvious is like, so straight lines cannot change the length of a straight line. So as you can see, when you try to collapse this, so whenever you try to collapse, that means these particular pieces, these slanting ones, they want to expand like this,
Ah.
right? That means like Joe, their like effective length, which is like right now this, their effective length is gonna become something like this,
Right.
right? But the centerpiece, this is a straight line,
It's
right?
constant.
It's constant, so it cannot expand. That means A will not work. You cannot push it in,
Yeah.
right? So A is wrong. To explain B, I'm going to come to C first. Okay.
Hmm.
So when you try to push C in, right?
Yeah.
So if you see for this particular slant, the top part is above and the bottom part is below, right? So when you try
Hmm.
to push it in, it's going to struggle. Okay, I'm not really sure how I can like explain it in words.
Hmm.
It, but like you just have to like just imagine it. When you like try to push it in, it will struggle in itself. It just won't be able to completely go in. Like, it will get stuck somewhere in the middle.
It's alternating, right?
Yeah. So like this one is on the top and one's on the bottom.
The bottom.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So when you push this in, so I think it will get stuck. Where will it get stuck?
Right when it reaches to the, I mean, when you try to push it
Yeah, it won't be able to push in.
back,
So it
yeah,
will like it will get something like this, like इतना close आ
yeah,
जाएंगे ये, but they
yeah,
won't be able to push in.
yeah.
Yeah, so it won't collapse completely. Again, there's not a better way to explain it unless you like find a video online of the exact same mechanism, which I don't think exists,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right.
In B, in the B it's the opposite. So every single piece is on the same side, so it
Huh.
won't get stuck. There's enough
Yeah.
space for it to get in, like to completely go in easily. So B is correct, and D is also the same as B. It's just that instead of the like, right tilted ones being on the top, the left tilted ones on the top. They're the exact same mechanism otherwise. These bolts do not matter at all, right? Because that's like a loose end that can be on the same side or on the opposite side, does not really matter. Okay, so the answer is B and D. Yeah,
Question.
finally an easy question.
Question number 20. Two views of a solid object are shown on the left. Which of the following options is or are the views of the same object?
Right. So to solve this, just see that every single part seems right or not. Like this has to be. So this is basically this particular image flipped. Yeah, it just flipped.
Hmm.
The entire thing is flipped 180 degrees on this axis. It will give you the exact same image. So I
Right.
just look out for these like odd parts. Are these in the same direction or not? That's how you solve these questions. So A looks fine to me. B is this particular. Huh, B is this image flipped 180 degrees like this, okay, on this
Yeah.
axis, and I do not see anything out of the ordinary here either.
Yeah.
And C is just this, just rotated a bit.
Yeah.
थोड़ा सा इसको ऐसे rotate कर दिया. C is also fine. D, this is too high. This part.
It's almost like I'm not the right answer.
Yeah. So D is not fine.
Yeah.
So answers A, B, and C.
It's an easy question. Yes.
Yeah, very easy.
This is an interesting one. Which of the options are or is according to the pigment color theory?
So pigment is subtractive color theory. So it uses either like you can either use primary colors, which is red, blue, yellow, or you can use the secondary colors. Okay, both of them are fine. So this is not talking about the digital colors. This is talking about when you're like painting or when you're printing.
Yeah.
So that use RBY,
Hmm.
right? This is RBY primary colors. This is fine. So what's the difference between this and this? So there's no orange in B. That's why B is wrong. So B is wrong. C uses yellow as well as green. So yellow is the primary color while green and purple are secondary colors. So C is
Yeah.
also wrong. D uses all three secondary colors, the orange,
Secondary.
green, and
Yeah.
violet.
A and D. Four spheres start revolving clockwise in concentric circles from their initial positions as shown below. Yellow travels at 2 meters per second, green at 4 meters per second, red at 2 meters per second, and blue at 4 meters per second. Which of the following statements are true?
So yellow is at 2, green is at 4, red is at 2, and
2,
blue is at 4.
4. Yes.
Yellow and green never cross or overtake each other. Right. If you read the options, it's pretty obvious their velocities do not matter. Okay.
Hmm.
What we're trying to see is their angular velocity. So if you do not know what an angular velocity is, it's how much angle is the particular object traveling. Okay, instead of the distance it's traveling. So 2 meters जो है, that is the amount of distance it is traveling in a second.
Hmm.
What we're gonna try to find is how much angle is it traveling in 1 second. Okay, so that's the
Hmm.
angular velocity. So angular velocity omega, okay, omega is equal to r times theta, right? Wait, no, that is distance. How have I forgotten this already? It's only been 3 months.
That's how it is.
Right, so it's v by r. Omega is equal to v by r. I'm pretty sure. Omega is equal to v by r. Okay, so that means omega of yellow is equal to 2 divided by r is 3. It's 2 by 3. Omega is the angular velocity. So that's just the physics term. That's why I'm just used to using that. Omega of green is 4 divided by 6, which is also 2 by 3. Omega of red is 2 by 8, which is 1 by 4.
Yeah.
And omega of blue is 4 by
4
12, which
by.
is 1 by 3. So yellow and green never cross or overtake each other. So that is correct because both have the same angular velocity. That means in the same time, yellow completes one revolution, green also completes one revolution.
Hmm.
So they're never going to pass each other, no one's going to overtake. So A is correct. Red and blue take the same time to complete one revolution.
Right.
Both have different angular velocities. That means they're not going to take the same time.
Huh.
So B is wrong. C. Yellow takes less time than green to complete one revolution. That is also wrong because yellow and green have the same revolution, have the same angular velocity. Then blue
So only A.
and red will
Yes.
cross each other twice after the first three complete revolutions of blue. Right, so that's interesting now.
Hmm.
Blue and red will cross each other twice. So in three revolutions of blue, right? So to calculate the time, right, it would be revolutions divided by omega.
Yeah.
ठीक है कितने revolutions करने हैं तुम्हें divided by the speed. 3 divided by 1 by 3 is 9, right? It will take 9 seconds for blue to
Yeah.
complete 3 revolutions, and in 9 seconds, red will complete 9 times. Wait, no, ठीक है. So now instead of just directly calculating how many revolutions red will take, what we're going to do is find the relative velocity. So relative velocity is how fast is red moving in comparison to blue, which is WR minus WB, or WB minus WR, whichever is faster. So since WB is fast, blue is faster, right? Blue is faster than red. 1 by 3 is greater than 4. So 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 will give you 1 by 12, right? So so basically, if red stops moving, let's assume red stops moving,
Hmm.
है ना? Then blue will start moving with 1/12 omega, so that like the same situation is maintained.
Okay. Yeah.
In 9 seconds, 1 by 12 times 9 gives you 3/4 of a revolution. That means it's not crossing red twice, right? Because this is less than 1.
Yeah.
That means D is also wrong. So this is like a very like motion heavy thing, right? I generally don't use tricks for these questions. Having a physics background helps a lot in like speed distance time questions, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting question.
Shown below is a cross section of two different trees of same species and age, but found in different locations. Based on the image, which of the statements is or are true?
Right. So this is like a general question. Like, so the rings in a tree determines its age and like how well it has grown. Okay.
Yeah.
So growth of tree X is more persistent than tree Y. So as you can see, the rings are evenly placed. That means the tree has grown its diameter evenly.
Yeah.
While in Y, यहाँ पे density is way more than the other parts. So A is correct. Growth of tree X is healthier than tree Y. That is also correct because the more consistent it is, the better it is for its life.
Yeah.
It means that it's getting nutrition throughout the year instead of just like at particular times. C. Climatic condition could be the reason for the uneven ring structures in tree bark. That is correct. This
Yeah.
just says could. It does not say is.
Yeah.
There could be another other reasons, but since it says could, it's a correct answer. Growth of tree Y is healthier in tree X. Since you already marked B as correct, D is wrong.
Yeah. So A, B, and C.
C. Another painful question.
Yeah. Given on the left is the unwrapped surface of a holosphere that was intersected by a smaller solid sphere. Which of the options would result in this unwrapped surface?
Okay, so we just gonna do option elimination in this. Okay,
Yeah.
so B is definitely wrong because as you can see from the top, that's way too big of a triangle and that's like almost in the center, right?
Hmm.
And as you can see, the cut in the circle is supposed to be much higher.
Yeah.
So B is definitely wrong. Now
Yeah.
A, C, and D. First observation you should make is A and D are the exact same option, just separated,
Yeah. Just the mirror.
right? They just mirrored. So they just rotated on the z axis is the same option. So that means it's either AD or it's just C. Okay, like just in case, like he's a tukka मारना हो, so I'm just helping you. Okay,
Huh.
है ना, कभी कभी होता है कि यू आर नॉट श्योर लेकिन you want to make an educated guess. So this is how you make an educated guess. It's either AD or just C. Now, if you see the major difference between these two options is over here. So C has like just barely smaller of a triangle,
Yeah.
and this particular curve is just barely like straighter, which means like it's just a bit towards the right. Okay. Now another difference that you can see, which I think would help you more, is this. Okay. So on this particular face, right? Give this one. I should take a smaller pen. On this face and this face. Okay. So when I'm drawing it, it's not that obvious. But when I'm not drawing it, it's visible that A has a much smaller cross section, right? Than C.
Hmm.
This and this. A is much smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you see, that correlates to this part basically. And this part is roughly A wala part. Again, that's just observation. Can't really do much about it except that. So, like this particular gap is how I solved it. So, answers A and D.
Yeah.
Yeah, answers A and D. You just use this edge part to solve this.
Yeah. Six concentric white rings, each of equal thickness, but having different diameters, are positioned on different planes in space. A one-point perspective view of the rings is shown below. Based on this view, which of the options is or are true?
Right. So another perspective question, and each have equal thickness. This is clearly mentioned. So that means the closer the ring is to you, the wider it's going to be, and the farther it's going to be you from you, the thinner it's going to be. It says they're equal thickness. So rings 6 and 3 are closer to the view compared to ring 5. So 6 and 3 are definitely thicker than 5. So that means A is correct. 2 and 4, these two are the same thickness. So they are at the same distance.
Correct.
That means B is correct. Then option C. Ring 1 is nearest to the viewer. That is also correct since ring 1 is the thickest one.
Correct.
D. Ring 5 is the farthest from the viewer. That's wrong because 4 is thinner than 5.
Yeah.
So answer is ABC.
Which of the options can be created by the stamp on shown on the left?
So that, how do you solve this easily? So you take the centerpiece first, okay? And you see what orientation it's aligned in. So it's pretty, so this part is on the bottom, right? That
Hmm.
is how I start with it. That means ये वाला जो part है, this relates to this part, क्योंकि
Yeah.
ये जो है राइट साइड में दिस इज द स्टैम्प ऑन पेपर, लाइक वन जब ठप्पा लग गया उसके बाद,
Huh.
है ना, उसके बाद का पार्ट है. तो दैट्स हाउ यू कंपेयर विद दिस. सो दिस नाइन इज द सेम एज दिस नाइन एंड दिस आल्सो मेक्स सेंस ओवर हियर,
Correct.
राइट. दिस वन is this, and that is the correct shape since ये हमारा base है. This is our bottom line. That should help you a lot to visualize.
Yeah.
And if you just compare ये वाला shape यहाँ पे आएगी, and that makes perfect sense. This will become exactly flipped. ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है. So A is fine.
Hmm.
ठीक है. Then for B, this particular face again using the center part. If you see, वो होगी ये वाली face, right?
Hmm.
या दूसरी वाली नीचे वाली होगी.
You're talking about option B, right?
हाँ नहीं नीचे वाली होगी. या
Yeah.
नीचे वाली होगी.
It
This is
has
the
to be the
face.
bottom one. Yeah, it has to be the
Yeah.
bottom one.
So this line is the same as ये वाली line, ठीक है?
Yeah.
And that is how you compare. Just go one letter by letter and see. It's supposed to be a mirror image basically इसके अंदर, यहाँ इस वाले ऑप्शन के अंदर, और यहाँ पे सारे 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 के सारे mirror image बन रहे हैं. So B is
Correct.
also fine. Option C. Option C is wrong because इसलिए मैं confused हूँ. Option C is wrong. See, ये दोनों E's are the same direction and none of the E's are in the same direction.
And option C is also slight change in option A, basically.
हाँ, yeah, right.
Yeah.
हाँ, उससे भी compare कर सकते हो, right?
Yeah.
So option C is also wrong.
Right.
Option D. Option D is it also the is it? अच्छा वो ये भी देखो, option एक ये तो same is the same as the option A.
Same. Why?
इसमें भी लेकिन वही center वाला part is in the opposite direction,
Yeah.
right? But if you see, इसको अगर तुम 180 degrees rotate कर दोगे, I think it will create this,
Yeah. Yeah. It should.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is just if you rotate this 180 degrees, it should create option D. So that means option D is also correct. So answer is A, B, and D.
A, B, and D. Yes. A, B, and D. Correct. 27. Tile X was used to create a pattern which is seamless without gaps. When arranged as shown in Y, which tiles or what we often create a seamless pattern?
So seamless pattern means you should be able to cover every single edge of this shape using
Yeah.
the same shape. Okay? That is basically the idea. So if you want to, let's just assume, like imagine कर सकते हो उसको कि you just place one tile क्योंकि this part cannot be filled otherwise, है ना? This would be something like this. Now you have these two triangles, है ना, which are empty. These are empty spots, and these
Yeah.
cannot be filled by any part of the shape. That means A is wrong, because if you want to fill this part, then these two parts will remain empty.
Yeah.
Option B, very easy, right? Just like this on both sides, and then and since like this is like a single thing, right? This is a straight line,
Yeah.
and it does not have like any horizontal thing, so you can just tile it indefinitely. So these same tile को ऐसे लगा सकते हो easily.
Yeah.
Then option C. So for option C, you see ये वाला part को if you try to put, so it's going to be like this. So I used to draw this on paper, है ना? This is right now I'm drawing the same way I used to draw on paper, and
Yeah.
it used to give me a rough estimate, something like this, right? And this gives it this particular triangular hole, और ये will be easily filled by this part, है ना? ऐसे के
Mm.
ऐसे ही नीचे के नीचे ऐसे और लगा दो आप एक, फिर यहाँ पे जो आएगा, यहाँ पे ये वाला पार्ट जो है ये इजीली फिट हो जाएगा ऐसे के ऐसे. दिस मीन्स कि दिस टाइल इज इजीली लाइक क्योंकि यू आर एबल टू फिल एवरी सिंगल गैप इन इट, है ना?
Mm. Yeah.
सो सी इज आल्सो फाइन.
Yeah.
ऑप्शन डी, ऑब्वियसली ये नहीं होगा बिकॉज ऑफ दीज ट्रायंगल्स, ये यू कैन
Yeah.
नॉट फिट देम
Because
एनीवेयर.
yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
सो आंसर बी एंड सी, दैट इज करेक्ट.
Yes. B and C. Which of the
28.
following relationships is are represented by the Venn diagram?
So this these can be sometimes, funny, मजा आता है करने में. So beverages, tea and milk. So tea is always a beverage,
Yeah.
milk is always a beverage, and tea has milk in it sometimes, not always, but sometimes, right?
Hmm.
So that
Correct.
means tea and milk has this relation. It has a relation of some,
Yeah.
and but both of them are always beverages,
Yeah.
and that's the same diagram as this. A is correct.
Correct.
B, men, designers and teachers. Designers and teachers.
Yeah.
Some are both. Some are not, some are just one. Men would be here,
Both.
right? So that means B is wrong.
Yeah.
Mammals, cats, and animals. So animals, all mammals are animals,
Hmm.
and all cats are mammals. There are no cats that are not mammals. Again, C is not the same as the figure given. D, singers, performers, actors. Singers and actors. Some singers are actors, and yet all singers and actors are performers.
Yeah.
Right? So B is also fine.
A and D. Shown below is a portion of a continuous strip. Which of the options is or are part of this strip?
Hmm. So it's just a guessing game. So a good way to do this is to see the figures in between, right? So this makes like a five. Let's try to find a five. So there's a five here,
Hmm.
and yeah. So this is basically the first part. I'll just create get a brighter color. So option A is this part. You know, the first part of it.
Yeah.
Option B. Option B. So it's not here, right? Because it needs a white spot. Another image like this appears here, but again, there's no white spot just before the five. It's not here. And there's no white spot here, and there's no white spot here.
Yeah.
That means B is nowhere to be found. For
Correct.
option C, there's a 5 and then a S. So there's a 5 and then a S, and there are no other white spots, right? So you can find this easily over here. This is option B.
Right.
Option C. Then option D. Again, 5 and S, but they have this difference where it's just white. Like the entire column is white on this side, and you won't be able to find that because it's the repeating pattern.
Hmm.
Right? It's like this zigzag pattern then followed by 5s. So D is also right. So answers A and C.
MCQs. If the image on the left is flipped horizontally about y-axis and then rotated 180 degrees, what will be the resulting image?
Okay, so my friend gave this question. This was a GIF question,
Uh,
and so this was all animated.
okay.
Okay, so I don't think you can solve this.
Yeah.
Both of
Okay.
these questions were animated.
Yeah, this was also animated. Correct.
Yeah, so we can't solve both of these questions.
Cannot solve. Yes. 32. Which option will replace the question mark?
So let's go one quarter circle at a time. So if
Hmm.
you see the first quarter circle, it's let's see the corner. First time it's top right, then it's bottom right, then it's bottom left. Pretty obvious is going to be top left, right?
Hmm.
So A and B can be the correct answer. C and D are wrong. So let's remove C and D. C and D we can cut it like that one,
Correct.
right? Second one, top right, bottom left. Top right, probably bottom left, right?
Hmm.
So let's assume option B is the answer. ठीक है, just to cross check. थर्ड तो चलो दोनों में सेम ही है, फोर्थ वाला और देख लेते हैं. ठीक है, टॉप राइट, टॉप लेफ्ट, बॉटम लेफ्ट, top right, right? So answer
Yeah.
option B.
Which collection, when arranged correctly, will result in the silhouette of the pen shown below?
So we just go option by option.
Yeah.
In option A, you want a piece over here, right? So this is the first part. Then this will join in after it. But you see, this shape is wrong.
Yeah.
So option A is wrong. This
Yeah.
shape is different. Then in option B, this is the first part. Then this will easily slot in. उसके बाद it's following
Yeah.
the shape. Then this part will, or not this part.
The bottom left.
हाँ ठीक है yeah, this part, right.
Yeah.
It has this the wedge tooting. So this will
Yeah.
be the next part. After that फिर ये आ जाएगा, फिर ये आ जाएगा, फिर ये आ जाएगा. So B is right. Okay, but let's just cross check just in case we made a mistake here.
Hmm.
So option C में this is definitely wrong क्योंकि इसके बाद this does not follow the same curve.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that does not follow the same curve. So C is wrong. And also this shape is not there. इसके बाद वाला
Yeah.
part भी नहीं है. ठीक है. So C is definitely wrong. Option D ये इसके बाद ये आएगा. Then that curve is not the same as this curve. हाँ, that curve is definitely not the same as this curve. So option D is also wrong. So the answer is B.
24. Which option from the right will replace the circles labeled 1, 2, and 3 in the image on the left?
Hmm. So it's like it's trying to like topple off, basically, right?
Hmm.
In the first one, in the second one, it's like I. There's not really much to explain in this question. It's just like what makes sense. Right? Like it's always like it's like a flow. Right? There's not really like a jerky movement in this. Like if you like think of it like a smooth animation,
Uh,
each step is following the previous one in some way or the other. That's what you're basically doing again. तो इसके अंदर इफ यू सी लाइक ये एकदम से ये वाला पार्ट आ गया आगे
uh,
दैट इज थोड़ा सा वियर्ड बिकॉज वी जस्ट केम आगे है ना धीरे धीरे हम आगे आए हैं वापस तो वापस पीछे की
yeah.
जा रहे हैं राइट सो ए एंड बी आर प्रोबेबली रॉन्ग उस रीजन से
Yeah.
सी और डी इट्स आइदर सी और डी देन इन सी in the third option you see it topples off उसके बाद में and
Hmm.
it's like next it's like almost going to topple. Right. So
Yeah.
it can be either, but I'm leaning towards the wala part. It's like almost to the ground. इसके अंदर it still has some support नीचे. And इसके अंदर it's toppling on the other in the other direction, I guess. And उसके अंदर भी you see ये वाला जो है ये अब baseline के नीचे चला गया, right? So that
Right.
means ये वाला baseline पे होना चाहिए फिर. If someone has like a more logical answer, like please let me know. Otherwise, this is how I solve
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Just intuition.
Which option is the basic building block for the pattern made on the left?
Right. So this is rotated 90 degrees and then placed. So you just start from here. So it's red, yellow, and so it's red, yellow, blue, blue, right? So this is red is on the top, but you see blue is bigger than yellow.
Hmm.
Blue, I think black. Is black. Yeah, black more. So blue is bigger than yellow. That means A is wrong.
Hmm.
In B, it's red, then a darker red. So B is also wrong because red, yellow.
Yeah.
C and D. So they're very similar options. So we'll just find the difference between them. So the only difference is between this color, I think. Yeah, that's the only difference I see. So that's the part we'll cross check. So it's red, yellow, blue, pink, purple, yellow, purple, and then it's
It's not
this
a dark
orange.
color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this orangish color. So it's answer C.
C. Yeah. C is the answer. Which option represents the data in the pie chart?
Right. There's no good way to do this. All right. What you can do is eliminate some options. So if you see, this is pretty much a straight line, but this line is not straight. So if you take a straight line, it would go like this, you know. But the
Hmm.
white wala part, it goes a bit bigger than the straight line. That means the white part is more than the green part.
Yeah.
So you can instantly cancel out A and C.
Yeah.
You know. Now you can remove B because this is just too big.
Yeah.
And also C and D are very 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 close to each other. Very like that angle, not a huge difference in my opinion.
Hmm.
इसके अंदर
Right.
the difference is huge. So the answer is D. Or is it D? Is it?
D.
It is
Yeah.
D.
D. Yeah.
Interesting. So, yeah, so I got that question wrong. That's minus. That's 4 marks gone for me. Uh,
That's
it's like
because,
different.
yeah,
I guess like yeah, okay, now I see it. Green is a bit bigger than yellow.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, to me, if I have to solve it, I would just do eyeball, eyeball it out.
Yeah, it is like it is an eyeball. It's like how good of an eyeball do you have?
Yeah, the only confusion people, I mean, would have would be C and D. I felt
So B
because
and D. B and D would be the confusion.
B and D, sorry, B and D,
Yes.
but B is clearly out of question because the difference is
Green
too
and yellow.
much. Yeah, and they're both not
Fair
same.
enough.
37. Shutter speed. This is pretty straightforward. Shutter speed is one of the parameters by which exposure of the image can be controlled. How does the shutter speed control exposure? And that has to be the time for light to enter the
Yes,
camera.
it's just time.
Yes.
Nothing to explain here. Just read up theory. You can find enough of it online.
Given below is a folded sheet of paper with the green color on on one side and a red color on the other side. Dotted lines represent the fold lines. Which option shows the correct fold lines when this sheet is unfolded?
Right. So you see, there's suppose. So this is the corner of the sheet, right? It's pretty obvious. This is the
Yeah,
corner of the sheet, and there is some distance before the cut. That means B is wrong.
yeah,
This is the fold starts right at the corner,
yeah.
right? Then along with this trapezoid shape, which is gonna be there, okay, as the trapezoid shape,
Mm,
there's this triangle shape,
correct.
and the trapezoid is towards like कैसे समझाऊंगा? Like, I guess like you can just check out the shapes. This particular shape is much closer to the proportions of this shape,
Mm,
than the other shape. Like, इसके अंदर तो this is just wrong because the trapezoid is in the corner, and this will never create a shape like this. But the triangles are in the center. The triangles are supposed to be on the side if you want to fold them in. But in option A and D, these D also are the same thing.
yeah.
Answer. And not as tough as I thought then.
Animated character. I think this was also a GIF, right?
No, no, no. This was this image only.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. An animated character speaking a sentence in English is given below. Which sentence is the character saying?
Just say this out loud. I can't do much about that. Today is my day. That is what the person is saying. Like you can think ki UCEED. So that means like it's gonna end with like a big teeth. It won't end like this.
Yeah.
And or like, oh, hurry up. So like there's the huge pause.
Yeah.
And God help me. So there's like God. God ke baad there's supposed to be a pause, but the pause is very late.
Yeah, it's
So
basically lip sync
yeah,
to.
again, this is definitely not one syllable, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So O and God and I, these are one syllable words. While today is two syllables. So this is definitely today. That's how you can do it wrong.
Yeah. Light and shadow. A cube, a triangular prism, and a square pyramid of equal heights are resting on a surface along a straight line, arranged in a random order. If the source of light is fixed and the light rays are parallel, which of the option shows the shadows correctly in top view?
Equal height. So this is the more important part. All three are the same height.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they're the same height. तो ये लेकिन center में है. The topmost part of the prism is in the center here, while the topmost part of A is on the edge. That means इसका farthest cannot be at the same distance as the cube because the
Mhm.
light जैसे कि light अगर ऐसे आ रही है, so it's gonna stop much earlier, right? For like ये यहीं पे रुक जाएगी,
Yeah.
but for a ये क्यूब जो है उस वो somewhere है यहाँ पे ऐसे रुकेगी ना, so उसके लिए ऐसे जाएगी,
Correct.
right? So A is wrong basically. These cannot be the same distance away.
Yeah.
Then in option B, a pyramid has the same logic कि pyramid का जो central part है that is थोड़ा सा पहले than the cube का highest part.
Hmm.
So these cannot be at the same distance again.
Yeah.
Option C. Now, this time the prism is at the same distance as the cube. So now they can have the same distance.
Yeah.
But the pyramid still cannot.
Hmm.
And option D has the correct thing there. क्योंकि
Yeah.
the pyramid as the cube and the prism, right? They have the highest point at the same distance. So they will have the shadow at the same distance away from the base. While the pyramid will have a shorter shadow.
Correct.
So the answer is D.
A ball with thin elastic rod moves from left to right as shown below. Which option represents the movement of the rod?
So it's a thin elastic rod. Right? So it's not a pendulum. This is the mistake I made. I was so confused about this question for so long. ठीक है, I thought कि pendulum motion है फिर तो option like B makes the most sense कि थोड़ा बहुत कुछ ना कुछ जा रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है. But no, it's not a pendulum. You're moving the ball from left to right. ठीक है, और फिर उसके बाद rod तुम्हारी आगे आएगी. So when you're pushing it आगे ऐसे, when you push it ऐसे, since this is elastic rod, है ना, वो पहले पीछे ही रहना चाहिए. इलास्टिक की यही प्रॉपर्टी होती है, राइट, कि इट लाइक्स टू स्टे वेयर इट वाज.
Yeah.
सो इट्स गोना बेंड लाइक दिस. ठीक है, क्योंकि दिस पार्ट इज कनेक्टेड टू द बॉल, सो द बॉल मूव्स, दिस पार्ट इज गोइंग टू मूव आगे, बट द रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट दैट्स गोना ट्राई टू स्टे वेयर इट वाज,
Yeah.
right? So it's gonna create like this curve shape, which you can see in option A, somewhat in option C, and somewhat in option D. But option D may it becomes straight again. So this is wrong,
Great. Yeah.
right? So option D is definitely wrong. A and C में अब confusion है. So you see, C में it stays straight for too long, you know.
Yeah. First three.
Elastic will, so that just means कि ये पहले elastic नहीं था, पहले rigid था, फिर एकदम से elastic बन गया.
Ah.
That means C is also wrong, and B तो definitely wrong है because it's just bending in the opposite direction.
Yeah. That's true.
The answer is
A. Which option will replace the question mark?
pretty straightforward. So the logic is row wise. Every single box that is both red and blue, that gives you this maroonish color, and every other column is just left blank. Right? As long as both of the colors are available, then only it will become a maroon.
Yeah.
You can just cross check that. So the first box is going to be empty. This is going to be empty because this is red. This one just has blue. This one has both red and blue. So this will be maroon यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे there's just blue. Center में there's just red. This will also be maroon. This will be
Right.
maroon, and this will be maroon, and this will be blank. The answer is A.
A. Yes. 43. Which option will replace the question mark?
So this confuses you a little. Okay, so like you can get stuck on this for a while, but it's basically that it's like a square series. So if you divide this series like this, it becomes a lot easier. So it's like the first four and the last four are the same in every single series.
Hmm.
So just find the answer option that has this as the answer. That's option A again. I think.
You have to match it.
Can't like nothing new here, just same old, same old. What you can do is like check at the corners. So you see this leaf is ending in this corner. यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए in one of the corners. So this does not have any leaf in the corners. This is definitely wrong. है ना? Option B does have a leaf in the corner. Option C has a leaf in the corner. Option D has a leaf in the corner.
Correct.
So we're just gonna see where they differ. Right. So option B and C, they differ in where do they differ?
It's the top
So, yeah,
corner.
this part.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if this corner is on the bottom now,
Hmm.
ये वाला corner bottom पे आएगा, तो यानी ये वाली जो
Yes.
side है, this will come on the top,
Yeah.
right? And these are just too thin for these big leaves here.
Yeah.
So option B is wrong. You can cut this off. Option C and option D, These have a difference over.
The right corner, maybe.
Acha, this one, yeah, this one, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Right. So this you see is like a very very small edge. So it's C.
And also at the bottom, actually, right where the options are written, C and D.
Ah, okay, right here too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This may be like this also. You can see it's like a very very
Yeah.
corner only, a very small part.
Yeah.
So the answer is C.
Yeah, has to
These are
be.
too big. These parts are too big.
True. A printed code word in capital letters has been shredded into strips, and the strips are jumbled. Identify the code word.
So the first is definitely A, right? What you can do in this question is इसका top का part देख लो बिल्कुल, right? So इससे हो जाएगा I think. So like this is the top part है ना, and this is the second trip. Top part तो
Hmm.
बिल्कुल खाली होगी, and उसके नीचे जैसी आएगी, right? So the first is A. Second is some letter. ठीक है, can be E, is fine. E or F does not matter. We are just trying to eliminate options first. ठीक है, then it's F. Then if you want I, but then this letter, this cannot be another letter because this gap is too
Yeah.
small. That means this has to be H. So
H.
it's
Yeah.
either AEF or AFE does not matter. But after AEF, it has to be H. So option A is wrong. This was
Hmm.
I here, right? This can be there. This can be there. D is also wrong. है ना?
Correct.
H के बाद definitely I है.
Hmm.
ठीक है. I के बाद this can be. So this is the
F.
same distance as this.
Yeah.
है ना? So this has to be the same letter, either E or F. यानी कि
Yeah.
T नहीं हो सकता.
So B is the answer.
Answer is B.
Yeah. Which option will replace the question mark?
So this is fold over essay,
Yeah.
और इसके अंदर the fold is.
Twisted. Yeah.
So it's being twisted. Yeah, it's always being twisted.
Hmm.
है ना, जो भी central part है ना,
Ah.
उसको twist करा जा रहा है हमेशा.
Right.
So, right, तो इसका भी जो central part है इसको भी twist करा जाएगा, and it is always like थोड़ा सा ऐसा straight सा. तो इसको तुम twist करोगे, so the only one that is possible among these is B. ये तो इससे बन ही नहीं सकता किसी भी तरीके से. इसको करने के लिए ये वाला part काटना पड़ेगा. Like it's
Hmm.
not being twisted exactly, and this part के लिए both of these parts have to be twisted, not just
Yeah.
one. So D cannot be either. So it's B.
Okay. Construction materials are to be moved using trolleys and the options. Assume friction is negligible. What's the least amount of effort?
So if you've seen a wheelbarrow, A and B is just wrong. V is always before the thing, the stand, because
Hmm.
because like you push the wheelbarrow down and then you were easily able to walk it. And in A and B, you'll have to push. You'll have to pull the wheelbarrow up if you want to move it. That
Hmm.
just pulling is always more effortful than pushing down.
Yeah.
So A and B is wrong. And C and D. So as I say, it's about moving, right? So those C would stand more easily. I know, like if you want to like keep anything and like let it be there, C would stand easily.
Yeah.
But D would make it easier to move.
Yeah.
I made the same mistake while I was studying. I marked option as C. But C is wrong. Because even though it's easier to like let it stand like this, as close the wheel can be to the stand, that's like the easier it would be to move it down. So like if you've studied physics, just calculate the torques.
Yeah.
If you not just visualize it.
A cyclist was pedaling geared cycle on an upward inclined road and decided to stop on the incline. Which options can be used to stop the bicycle on the incline only using the force or foot pedals?
Right. So सबसे पहले तो like देखो एक तिगड़म like जुगाड़ का I'll explain your method. ठीक है, like which would work because option A and D they're doing the same thing. right? It's like from a lower to a larger to a smaller cog, right?
Yeah.
Which means they're achieving the same thing. That means
Hmm.
that that's definitely not the answer. Option C, that is not helping you in any case. Because that's like you're using your entire phone, so it's not really helping you anyways.
Hmm.
So the answer is option B.
Hmm.
ठीक है ये जुगाड़ हो गया.
Hmm.
Now for the actual explanation. So let's say you want to, so like you want to ऐसा force चाहिए तुम्हें, right? Because the wheel wants to go back. So you
Hmm.
want this force, ऐसा force यहाँ पे, है ना?
Right.
So यहाँ पे जो भी torque लगेगा, same torque यहाँ पे भी लगेगा. So I am explaining this in physics term because that's just how I do it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right? So like the amount of force that's required here would be the same as the amount of force that you want to apply here, right? Now, so like when you do the chain thing, right? So the velocity here,
Hmm.
so the velocity is of this would be omega times r, right? R1 divided by इसका अगर इसका ओमेगा निकालना है हमें, like this is omega 2 and this is omega 1. Omega is the angular velocity or the angular force भी मान सकते हो, up to you, does not really matter. ठीक है? Omega r1 divided by r2, that would be the force on that would be the omega of पीछे वाला wheel. Now since r1 is bigger than r2,
Hmm.
that means omega 2 would be smaller than omega,
Yeah.
right? So that is not helping our case, right? That means हम ज़्यादा force लगा रहे हैं और हमें कम benefit मिल रहा है.
Yeah.
So option A and D इसी वजह से गलत हो गया, because they have smaller r2s than r1s. Option C has r1 equal to r2.
Hmm.
Option B on the other hand has r2 greater than r1.
Yeah.
So option B.
So it's basically a gear cycle. May I think the smaller the gears in the front, the less effort you put.
Yeah, it's भाई first gear में डालोगे तो it gives you more power, ना? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an easier way to think, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
practical approach लेके चलो, fair enough.
Yeah. No, but this is also important to understand because in
Yeah.
NASA would be useful in other questions. Comes to 49, which option represents the solid shown below?
Okay. So again, you just compare the options and see where the difference is. So in option A and B, you see यहाँ पे shadows में difference है, so a rectangle में, and that
Yeah.
rectangle is over here. So option B is wrong. It has some part in light. A and C, it has a difference in, yeah, this part. And there's supposed to be a break here. See,
Hmm,
so
true.
option A is also wrong because this is a continuous part यहाँ पे एक
Uh,
line होनी चाहिए था. Option C and option D, there is a difference in, यहीं पे ही है, नहीं यहाँ पे तो नहीं है.
yeah, I think it's the top.
अच्छा, it's the number of stairs. It's the number of stairs.
Yeah,
This has 4 stairs. This has 3 stairs, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 stairs.
yeah.
I've already forgotten all these questions.
Two views of a cube are shown on the left. Which options represent the unwrapped cube on the left?
Right. So let's go one by one,
Yeah,
है ना?
eliminate.
And जैसे कि इसके अंदर, so you see ये वाला जो है,
Hmm.
so this particular face, ये is this joint here over here, right?
Yeah.
And you see, so this is definitely flipped. This is not in the same direction, and I don't think that's the same shape either.
Hmm, it's not.
Yeah, this is not the same shape as this, so A is
Yeah.
wrong. Option B. So this particular joint is supposed to represent this joint,
Yeah. Correct.
and the shape is fine.
This is also flipped. Yes.
Yeah, so A is definitely fine. No, A is completely fine because this is just if you open this 180 degrees rotate करके, है ना?
Hmm.
तो ये वाला पार्ट और ये वाला पार्ट ऐसे ही ज्वाइन होगा, बट आई थिंक ये वाले पार्ट्स See, this figure is coming on twice, and it's
Yeah,
only there once.
yeah, true.
So B is wrong. I'll come back to C. Option D. इसके अंदर अच्छा ये वाला फेस है.
Yeah, C and D are both similar with just slight changes,
Yeah.
which is basically the extensions up and down.
Hmm.
Those are two mirror images basically. Mirror
So
images, yes,
how to
get
do this is कि ये देखो, हाँ ये दिख गया. C के अंदर जो ये वाला जो फेस है ना,
हाँ.
इट्स सपोज टू जॉइन विद लाइक ये जो मोटा द ब्लॉब के वेरी वेरी क्लोज,
Hmm.
राइट. सो इसके अंदर तो इट्स गोना जॉइन हियर व्हिच इज वेरी क्लोज टू द ब्लॉब, बट इसके
Hmm.
अंदर ये वाले से जॉइन करना था बट इज जॉइनिंग फ्रॉम हियर.
Yeah.
यहाँ से.
51. Right?
Hmm.
During a long distance sea voyage, without the captain realizing, steering of the ship started malfunctioning in the following manner. When the captain was trying to turn the ship 60 degrees to the left, the ship was turning 30 degrees to the right. When the captain was trying to turn the ship 90 degrees to the left, ship was turning 90 degrees to the right. When the captain was trying to turn the ship 45 degrees to right, ship was turning 30 degrees to the left. When the captain was trying to turn the ship 90 degrees to the right, ship was turning 45 degrees to the left. Before the malfunction, ship was going in northeast direction. After malfunction started, without realizing the problem, the captain tried to turn 90 degrees to the left, then 90 degrees to the right, then 45 degrees to the right, and finally 60 degrees to the left. What find the current direction of the ship?
Okay, so a lot of words, not as hard as it looks.
Yeah.
Okay, just a lot of words. So these are cardinal direction, northeast, southwest, and it says starting May it was in the northeast direction.
Hmm.
After the malfunction started, without realizing the problem, captain tried to turn 90 degrees to the left. So 90 degrees to the left, the ship was turning 90 degrees to the right. That means it's going to be like this now in the southeast direction. And after
Correct.
the first turn, then it tried turning 90 degrees to the right.
Hmm.
When the captain was trying to turn the ship 90 degrees to the right, ship was turning 45 degrees to the left. That means now it's in the east direction. Then after that, 45 degrees to the right. 40 ship was turning 30 degrees to the left. Now the ship somewhere over here, as this direction. This is 30 degrees. Then 60 degrees to the left. Ship was
Right.
turning 30 degrees to the right. That's east again.
Right.
So the answer is east 51 D.
Okay. Hollow paper cone is cut by a spiral blade, leaving the cone the position of the cone and blade, and the line along which it gets cut are shown below. The surface of the cone is then unwrapped on a flat surface. Which option shows the unwrapped surface?
So what people make mistake over here is कि वो इसको खोल देते हैं. हमें इसको खोलना है.
Hmm.
ठीक है, this is the blade and this is the thing that is cutting.
Yeah.
Okay, people get confused in this question and they open this blade and that's why they mark answer D.
Hmm.
Okay, this is wrong because you're opening the blade. So, sorry, when you're opening the cone. So when we open this cone, no really good way to like answer this question, right? All you
Hmm.
can do is like कि देखो, the top part it's gonna end in like very like अच्छे से, so it's gonna end a taper, and even on the bottom side it's gonna end on a taper. That's the option B is wrong, right? Because it does not end on a taper.
Right.
Option D was wrong because it was a flat thing. It would never be flat when you cut a cone like this. So if you try to follow the shape, I mean A and C are basically the same. Neither तुक्केबाजी हो गई. Honestly, like there's not much difference in either of these except like this really really small difference here, and
Yeah, and the other corner also, like it's
yeah,
just
like
small.
really really subtle. If you feel like you're doing most of your paper right, I think you can guess on this question like 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I think C में थोड़ा सा over the top, near the top side. There's a
Yeah,
slight
this
deviation
is
there
tapering too much here यहाँ पे,
on the inner
if you
circle,
could say.
inner also.
Inner circle also, this is not acha,
Yeah,
okay, this is very
it's
jagged,
not.
so you saying.
Yeah, there's jagged, but on the A option, it's pretty straight.
Hmm.
That's the only difference I see. Other
Yeah,
than,
okay, I guess that can work.
yeah, I mean at this point, like we are trying to see
Hmm.
what it
Very
is.
subtle differences again. So like
Yeah, very subtle, very subtle.
probably a question you'd skip, ठीक है, but like if you're feeling confident कि चलो क्या जाता है, एक question है लगा दो, ये लग एक
Uh,
option लगा दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Cool. 53. Two rotating discs are placed on top of each other that are pivoted at the center. The disc in front has two cutouts, and the disc in the back has a line pattern. Both discs can rotate in any direction. Shown below are the four positions at which different parts of the line pattern are visible. Which option represents the line pattern on the back disc?
Okay, so this question seems hard, but or time consuming. Man, it's neither. You can solve this question using just this. You just need this. Okay. See this. See, so this is an ending of the shape,
Hmm.
and it's on the edge, and it's near another like this squiggle.
Yeah.
Okay. End nowhere near squiggle. This is in the center. A
Yeah.
is wrong. B end. There is no squiggle on this side.
Right.
B is wrong. C again. This is like coming inside, while
Yeah.
like this is like supposed to be on the other side. C
Yeah.
is wrong. D that just makes complete sense. As I can say,
Yeah. Only option. Yeah.
yes. A squiggle right next to the ending.
Which option has the same visual grammar of the letters on the left?
Pretty obvious. Every single like horizontal line is 45 degrees angle, so A is wrong because horizontal line. C is wrong because the center line is horizontal. Pretty obvious. Easy
True.
question.
An irregular piece of paper is folded and cut as shown below. Which option shows the correct cuts when the paper is unfolded?
So you can just cut out option D because it's not even in the same shape as the original paper.
Hmm.
Like, you can never add paper to it. So A is wrong, D is wrong. C is
Right.
wrong because of the same reason.
Yeah.
Now the question is between A and B. So A or B maybe बस यही difference है. The only difference is on this particular cut,
Yeah.
right? And if you see, आ, ये अगर ये वाला कट हम मानते भी है कि हो रहा है, तो ये यहाँ पे this thing somewhere around here. That means
Hmm.
there's supposed to be a cut somewhere around here. That means there's supposed to be a cut over here.
Yeah.
Wait, but how would it be?
Wait.
Let's do it the other way around. Maybe that will help. So let's just take this particular cut. ये वाला cut है ना? यहाँ पे this cut is over here. Then यहाँ पे the cut would be over here. Then this cut would be over. एक कट तो यहाँ पे होगा और एक कट यहाँ पे होगा.
Yeah.
ऐसा कुछ होगा. मतलब अंदर ही होगा इसके, इस साइड पे नहीं होगा. ठीक है. एंड देन अच्छा, इससे तो चलो ये चार बॉक्सेस आ गए हमारे इस वाले कट से तो, राइट. दिस गिव अस द फोर बॉक्सेस. नाउ लेट्स सी द अदर कट. This cut, so we have this huge cut here.
Yeah.
Then when you open this, that will give you a cut over
Corner.
the corner like this and cut over here. फिर जब इसको खोलोगे तो cut over here and ऐसा कट होगा ना, ऐसा था
Center. Huh. Wait.
भाई. ऐसा सा कट होगा, लाइक इट विल कट, हाँ ठीक है, इट विल बी अ स्मॉल नॉच, यहाँ से एक छोटा सा नॉच कट होगा इधर से, इस वाले एज
Yeah,
से, so that will create this triangular shape.
correct.
Again, like बहुत अच्छे से देखना पड़ेगा. So drawing this helps. Again, like if you can visualize these in your head, it will help you a lot.
Which option will replace the question mark?
So this is basically you're coinciding these points and then checking the common parts. Like whatever's common, that's the
Yeah,
part that you're cutting out.
yeah.
This is the same shape as the that one. अब इसके अंदर what's common? So I'm not going to draw on top of this so that we can visualize साथ में. Because you won't be able to draw in the paper either. What you want to do is ये line कुछ ऐसे जा रही होगी and then you'll get a line like this,
Hmm.
है ना? So that means इनमें difference कहाँ पे आ रहा है सब में? So the bottom part is more or less the same,
Pretty much the
and
same.
the
Yeah.
difference is on the top.
Hmm.
Difference is on top and on the left. सबसे पहले top का देखते हैं. So when you do it like this,
Yeah, I think even the word
uh,
is pretty much same.
what I'm trying to say is ये जो line है करीब करीब यहाँ तक जाएगी. ये वाला जो corner है ना करीब करीब यहाँ तक जाएगा,
Correct.
right? Which means जब ये ऐसे ऊपर लेके जाओगे आप और वापस नीचे लेके जाओगे, that means ऐसा एक edge बचेगा ऊपर,
Ah, correct.
है ना? तो यानी A और B गलत हो, A और D गलत हो गए,
Right.
क्योंकि ऊपर एक ऐसा edge बचेगा.
Correct.
एंड देन C हो ही नहीं सकता बिकॉज इसके अंदर तो फिर फिट होना ही चाहिए ना वो शेप.
Ah,
C is definitely wrong क्योंकि दिस शेप हैज टू बी देयर एट लीस्ट, लाइक इसके अंदर ही होगी ना शेप, ये वाली शेप इसके अंदर फिट ही नहीं हो सकती है.
correct.
तो द आंसर इज बी.
So it has to be B.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन.
Oh yes, we're on to the last one. Shown below is the crawling sequence of a worm in 11 frames. Which option represents the missing frame?
I mean it's pretty obvious, like this is, so it's curled up right now and it's opening itself up, right?
Yeah.
And if you know, whenever you're animating the extreme poses, they are generally, prolonged.
Huh.
This is the follow through motion, तो ये एक एक फ्रेम ही है. बट दैट बड़ा वाला मोशन, इसके अंदर इतना ज़्यादा मूवमेंट नहीं होगा लास्ट वाले मोशन के अंदर, तो डी इज डेफिनेटली रॉन्ग.
Yeah.
ठीक है, इट कैन बी ए बी और सी, फर्स्ट इमेज कैन बी ए बी और सी क्योंकि दे आर स्टिल वेरी सिमिलर टू दिस पर्टिकुलर शेप. ठीक है,
Hmm.
तो वील डिसाइड आगे जाके थोड़ा सा. फिर उसके बाद वापस हम आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, इसके अंदर दिस हैज टू बी अ फ्रेम इन द मिडल ऑफ ये बम्प एंड ये bump. Again it can be anything honestly,
Right.
है ना? What we can kick out is A because this is too low. This is
Hmm.
almost like यहाँ पे इस जगह पे A वाला bump almost.
Right.
A को हटा सकते हो आप. अब B और C में डिफरेंस है, देख रहे हैं. So this frame and this frame is exactly the same, है ना? And still frames do not look good in an animation. ठीक है, unless like you're animating on tube, which is जो spider जैसे like animated movies में होता है ना, spider verse में जैसे कि हुआ था. Unless that happens, you will never see like exact same frame. The motion can be prolonged, and that happens like with a very little motion. But
Hmm.
like exact same frame तुम्हें कम देखने को मिलेगा.
Right.
So that's why C is also wrong. The answer is B.
Correct. B is the answer.
3 hour recording session.
Yep. Wow.
So that was 2 hours.
2 hours, I guess.
It's, is it 1 or is it
A
12?
little
It's
more than 2
1.
hours.
It's 1. We started at 10.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours and 45, I guess.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Good one, huh?
Yeah, great one.